Now, the city of Charlotte continues to see major growth with more drivers, pedestrians, and cyclists on the roads than ever. In order to strengthen its commitment to safe travel, though, for everyone, it adopted Vision Zero back in 2018.
Yeah, the goal of this is to try to eliminate traffic-related deaths in the region. But Sustain Charlotte is sharing some concerns now about this commitment after a city meeting earlier this month. WCNC Charlotte's Jesse Pierre is in West Charlotte to explain.
During a Transportation Planning and Development Committee meeting earlier this month, members talked about ways to better evaluate its performance. And it was the use of the word reduce rather than eliminate traffic deaths that raised some eyebrows for Sustain Charlotte.
The founders of the Vision Zero movement were very intentional about using the word eliminate instead of reduce, because zero is the only acceptable goal.
One traffic-related death is one too many.
When we think about losing a person, we're losing a member of our community, a valuable member of our community, somebody's family member. And we think, is there any acceptable number of deaths that we're willing to accept?
Sustain Charlotte was part of the efforts to first bring the Vision Zero movement to the Queen City, an initiative to completely eliminate traffic deaths and serious injuries in the region.
It requires investments in infrastructure, so we have a lot of streets that don't have sidewalks or crosswalks or signalized intersections. So there's now money in the Vision Zero budget to build more of those types of features that make it safer for a person to use our streets.
The organization fired off a letter to City Council after this committee meeting.
I didn't like the word eliminate because it's not measurable, right? In other words, if you establish a goal of eliminate, you try to measure the outcome, you're never going to get there. So that's why reduce would be more quantifiable and you would have more accountability around how much progress you've made.
Charlotte City Councilman and the committee's chairman, Ed Driggs, says they suggested the use of the word reduce traffic fatalities rather than eliminate to better measure performance among their team, adding this would be for eternal use only.
You would like it to be zero, but then when you get down to the reality of actually being accountable and measuring how successful you've been, you have to have some target that you aim at. So then you can say, I did better than that, or I didn't do that well. And that's what that was about. Otherwise, you will always essentially fail.
Driggs says there are no plans to change the language or message of Vision Zero at large. He says the commitment remains the same. Sustain Charlotte says the message across the board needs to also stay the same.
Part of the strategy can be reduction. And if we take out the word eliminate, though, we are at risk of losing sight of the goal.
Sustain Charlotte says there's a lot of work that needs to be done to make the roads and streets safer for everyone who uses them. The organization says it is committed to make sure it stays a top priority in the city. In West Charlotte, Jesse Pierre, WCNC Charlotte.